Hi, I'm Chris, and I'm here following up on last week's post about trying to come up with ideas to help spur you on your path to be a writer, or to help you if you're having writer's block, or just because you want an exercise because writing is what you want to do, but sometimes there's nothing that's coming to mind. And this is what I use myself. Don't remember how I came up with it, why I came up with it, but it was 4 characteristics, so to speak. One is the name of a character, and you use whatever's around you to come up with that name. Like last week, I was in a hotel, and I used the gratuity envelope, and I came up with the name Hank Hope because it was a thank you envelope, and I just went from thank you. I could have been Hugh. I could have been, well, you is the best. Hugh is the best thing. This is my one of my pussycats. This is named Benny. For those of you who are big Elton John fans, I have another one called Jet. So yeah, Benny and Jet. So this is Benny. He doesn't write yet, but that doesn't mean I'm not going to put some money into him getting some courses, because that will make my retirement much sweeter. Anyway, so Hank Hope, because I took that from thank, Hank, and hope because it said on this gratuity envelope, I hope your visit, your stay was pleasant. So Hank Hope, that was the name. Another thing I came up with, the time of year. Because the Olympics had begun, I decided to go with Paris because that's the location of the Olympics. Very simple there. The other thing was the time of year. I think New Year's is always a good time, so that's what I picked because New Year's is also a time of renewal, as we all know, whether we go through with the renewal or not, or the goals we set for ourselves, the vows we make to ourselves. It's that time of year when that happens. And then I come up with an occupation. The occupation I decided on was chef. Why? Because whenever I go on a brief staycation or vacation or holiday, I really like the fact that I don't necessarily have to cook anything myself. So I wondered what the cook is doing. And since I was thinking about this new TV show, because it's not really new anymore, it's like 3 years, The Bear, which is always about chef this, chef that, chef everybody, I thought chef. So those are the 4 things. Hank Hope, New Year's, he's a chef, he's in Paris. And this is what I came up with. So I'm reading it right from the Google Doc that I wrote in response to those 4 characteristics. Damn, that shit is tall, Hank Hope said, staring up into his first up-close and personal vision of the iconic Eiffel Tower. Looking back down at ground level, he ogled the huge throng of visitors who milled about the structure's grand base, taking selfies, sharing croissants, and toasting each other with glasses of care. Absorbing the joy and excitement which danced before him, Hank's heart began racing. He imagined that he would watch this same moment next year. However, there would be a major difference, he smiled. Next year, half these motherfuckers will be eating my food. He knew he could do it. He had just binged The Bear over one coffee-fueled weekend and decided if he was ever going to follow his dream, now was the time and Paris was the place. And that's what I wrote. So that's just an example of what you can do if you just pick 4 characteristics and just determine for yourself that you're going to begin a story, a short story, a play, a script, screenplay, whatever you want to do, a novel, and just try with those 4 characteristics and go from there. I hope this seemed inspiring to you because it reminds me when I'm having a writer's block moment that there's something I can do to get me out of it. Thanks a lot. This is Chris, and I'm calling this, I don't know, writer's block heaven.